I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nominee a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like a Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and the politics. They vagina so we go check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one West rising to prominence. Cause I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got group lines for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper been as proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm going, I'm off Patron and premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modify the chopper. The war heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they eat song, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had a nnigga spit like a tire, down the deep. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because U.P.K. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me.
Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. Y'all gotta understand the truth. Y'all gotta recognize that this is a culture. This is a people, man. Don't let nobody tell you that you not right. We're the greatest people on earth.
What we talk about the van, boy, them fringes go to swing. Them fringes go to swing. Them fringes go to swing. And when you see us on that corner, boy, them fringes go to swing. Them fringes go to swing. Hey, fringes go to swing. Well, you can catch us on that corner on a Friday and Saturday, also known as Sabbath. That where we make it happen. Breaking down scriptures, taking orders from the captain. Waking up a nation down right, we bout that action. I used to get it in, I walked around, I had 2 phones. Now I get it in all black with my boots on. Yeah, we keep the law. Don't you see us in the fringes when them boots hit the ground? It no game, it's all business. Giving you the truth, line after line. Stand for brotherhood, time after time. 1538 in the book of Numbers. Fringes in the wind and it sounded like thunder. Bashim Yahweh, why Yahweh shy? 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 When we jump about the van, boy, them fringes go to swing. Them fringes go to swing. Them fringes go to swing. And when you see us on that corner, boy, them fringes go to swing. Them fringes go to swing. Them fringes go to swing. Found out the truth and to the word I said adios. First 90 days as a trooper, I was standing post. Got my brothers with me and we standing on Shamar. Waking up our people, letting them know just who they are. They're for the blacks. Hispanics, Native Indians, we family. Giving you the truth, not the shit you hear on Hannity. Don't believe in God, well you suffer from insanity. He put it in our spirit and he built it in our anatomy. Here go the truth, this ain't no lie. Been on the corner since 69. This for my people, above all nations. Hell no, we ain't equal, we above all nations. Bashim Yahweh, why Yahweh shy? 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 When we jump about the van, boy, them fringes go to swinging. Them fringes go to swinging. Them fringes go to swinging. When you see us on that corner, boy, them fringes go to swinging. Them fringes go to swinging. Them fringes go to swinging. Yeah.
I'm just thankful, man. Bashim Yahweh Yahweh.
If you want to cross the line, you'd have crossed it. If you want to play games, go play that somewhere else. We got business to do here. Cross the line or get the out. Either one.
I.S.U.P.K.
Purchase your tracks today.
Know the people been waiting for a minute for something authentic. Came in the truth and bossed in it, made niggas regroup. Had to shed light on the false image, I.S.U.P.K whole court. Now know the people been waiting for a minute for something authentic. Came in the truth and bossed in it, made niggas regroup. Had to shed light on the false image, I.S.U.P.K whole court. Now who the fuck won scrimmage? 2 words for song. What is good riddance? Don't affiliate with feminine symptoms. I know you feel me, nigga. This a death threat to hip hop. You don't stop that weak shit, I'ma mix your lean with some Grimlock. When the last time you heard it this raw? What I wish for's when the earth inherited by the piss fall. We been to war, them the ones I'm taking risks for. Ain't got no picks or no cars to hold. Holy angels watch my steps, them Glock guard my soul. Can't let them leave my body cold. I know you feel me, nigga. Let the wicked weep and the meek prevail. God never been 50-50. I shall now awake and sleep a cell. Let the righteous cry, silence the pretender. A rebel without a cause, as long as I remember. Not taking the kingdom, the only thing on my agenda. Can't avoid me, nigga. Middle finger to the ones that try to destroy me. Revenge of beauty, I'm a beast. I told the bitch she can't eat, let she join me for dinner. My God ain't got no regard for a sinner. When Paul fall on I'm like timber. I know you feel me, nigga. In the eyes of terror, I stand still. Go to work for the colony, bring it back to the anthill. Plus everything I drop heavy as an anvil. Show you how to stand like a man in this damn field. I know you feel me, nigga. Fuck equality, it gotta be one man win and the rest lose. Wave devastating, I'm calculating my next move. I.S.U.P.K with real niggas seek refuge. Body shots for pause, that'll get you bruised. My niggas whole ranker, check your little attitude. I came to fuck up your move on your little holiday like I'm Mr. Scrooge. Resurrected from the grave, walking from the fall. Visions in my eyes, gripping the mic, screaming God bless the underdog. Down by the letter, and live by that protocol. Walk by faith, not by sight. Ain't no hope, forget the struggles. Life like some war, resist, or get pulled into a world that never left you. I will endure, election will be sure, correction will be swift. No Will Smith, but I am legend. What else would you call the killer of deception? A leader got soldiers on post in every direction. All gold like a German shepherd, young and a restless, wear honor like a diamond necklace. I know you feel me, nigga.
Purchase your tracks today.
It's filming, no, that's what is it?
Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. I can't fight the cops and the ops. Stolen blocks, heavy on the block. While the crack tucked in the sock. Instead help the ones I love. We was on the block for the grub. If you from my side, then it's love. Wanted big knots, busting out the jeans, but we was hurting on the fiends. Without that crack, he was just like me. Dirty nigga from the concrete, but the white man dealt his hand. So we eating up the trash can. People ride by, don't extend a hand, cause to them, this an average black man. So for him, that's why I gotta make it. I ain't talking rap. Before the slave ships, I'm one of a kind. Y'all can't take it. I can never leave my spot vacant, cause I'm black. I see crowns and I take it, cause I'm black. I never been in no spaceship, but I know a UFO when I see it. I know that this gon' come when I need it. I put faith in God more than Bible readings. War don't play that shit. Address them when you see them. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. You on the flip pennies cause I'm black. You know about semis cause I'm black. Yeah, in the hood we was strapped 10 toes down. We wear sacks, substitute Israelite with black. And you gotta guess where I'm at. I be with the priest chilling hard, right on Malcolm X Boulevard. To you niggas, to me the stars. Everything about my life is hard, but I never fold, play my cards. You want beef? What's the cause? Watch your mouth, I hit hard. Back up for unique gauze. Everything you say, mad pause. Every move I make is within them laws. And I've been the boss, cause it's beneficial. Ask the enemy, I've been official. If not for weed, I've been the official. Homie, I understand why you smoke. Been depressed since slave boats. But the Bible is the G code. Far blunts don't need those. Brotherhood is life's G code. Like cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. I don't gotta buy J's cause I'm black. I don't play 2K just cause I'm black. Fought my whole life cause I'm black. But I left his eye blue and black. Ain't got a trap cause I'm black. Ain't got not one face tat. But I'm still getting profile, cause I fit these crackers profile. Scruffy beard with the dark skin, baggy sweats with the butter Tims. So they know they can't butter him, so they ride the jail cell, muzzle him. If you touching him, ain't just comfort him, cause I'm a law keeper, a peace bringer, no tranquility, a peace bringer. Deuce in the street sweeper, cover clip, I be spicing shit. But gunned I would die in the icy wrist, that showed in my chest ain't for blocking shit. Touch me, I'm all on you blocking shit, cause I'm black. You think I gotta cock the fifth? Well, that's a stereotype, that's accurate, cause crackers laying niggas in these cold streets and then telling my brother he gotta beef for me. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic, so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. So I'm black.
If you want to cross the line, you'd have crossed it. If you want to play games, go play that somewhere else. We got business to do here. Cross the line or get the out. Either one.
I.S.U.P.K. Yeah. We are live. They done fucked around. Excuse my language. They done messed around and gave me sound effects. They done messed up.
It's a wrap.
They done messed up and gave me sound effects.
Courtesy of Zabalawan ENT.
Damn right, man.
You dig?
Yeah, man. You on live Cross the Line radio show with your hosts, Captain Tazar, Captain Katazar, man. We got a hell of a show. Let me tell you something, man. We got a bomb-ass show coming on tonight.
and future weeks to come.
And if you listen, we got straight up sacrificial goats coming.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. Sionetta decided to give us a human sacrifice by the name of Brother Reggie. You understand?
Brother Reggie, who can't debate air. He can't debate nothing. He gonna actually come in here to clean up the Egyptology.
Damn.
It's gonna be a rough night. It's gonna be a rough time. It's gonna be rough.
And you know what I'm saying? We told y'all we was gonna have Zion Lex on the show this evening. You understand? He wasn't able to make it tonight, but he'll be in here not next week, but the following week after Brother Reggie is absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, man. And for those that don't know, we are killing Kemet. Like Kemet died. Like Jabari went in hiding. The Floyd Mayweather. Listen, Floyd Mayweather, the real one, is undefeated. Undefeated. Never took an L.
Money May.
That's the Money Mayweather is undefeated. Jabari done been getting smacked around left and right, man. And I don't know what you're gonna do to defend. And I was on the phone with Reggie last night. He said he's coming to specifically defend Gab putting semen or seed in his mouth. I don't know how you could defend that. Like I don't know what's the defense for putting seed in your mouth. Here's the heavy part I said, and Sionetta be slick. He'll let you do the interview, and then he'll call you on the side and say, man, I ain't think about that. Kemet is the only people that I know that make the earth a man, metaphorically. When you think about it, you put seed in the earth, right? You plant it, and then corn grows, your crops grow, and all of that. Ain't that like a woman? Right. Where you put seed inside of a woman and a baby comes out of there? Kemet is the only religion where Gab, the earth, is a man. That's very faggoty. And all we doing is bringing out the faggotness, the faggoty homosexualness that comes out of Kemet. And all of them look feminine. I don't know if you ever noticed that. I ain't calling them homosexuals, but you're looking real familiar. Now, that's all I'm going to do now. Again, the following week, we do have Zion Lex coming on the show. So we're going to have Reggie. We're going to have Zion Lex. And listen, man, if y'all want to get on the show, all y'all got to do is just message me or Kadazai. We could do it live. I prefer to be live in the flesh, but of course, us being in New York, you might be out of town. We could do a live stream. We got my man coming on in a second, about to lay a bomb on this show. You got pull up the clip of Commander GEN.YAHANNA, the interview that I put up on my Facebook page. Pull that up real fast. I'm gonna tell you something, man. We got a bomb ass show coming up tonight. The show we got coming up tonight is the proof that you don't have to fear the white man. Right. It's the proof that as long as you stand with the Lord, that's the only power. Y'all gotta keep it down out there. The only power that we need is the Lord's power. And the way you get that power is you serve it. You keep them law, statutes, and commandments. You follow and say what he say to do. And you ain't got to worry about no COINTELPRO. You ain't got to worry about the FBI. Everybody that I've seen that's afraid of the FBI is doing something illegal. Everybody that's worried about the police is doing something illegal. In New York City, when the cops come around, we don't run from them. I say, hey, how you doing, officer? You see how the can? We straight, right? And then we handle our business and then keep it moving, because you don't have to be afraid when you're doing everything according to the Most High. That's it. So we're going to bring out a crazy show. The number to contact me to be a guest on the show is 646-481-6315. That's 646-481-6315. You can contact me and Katazai on Facebook or Instagram. You can hit up crossthelineradio@gmail.com. We have a we got to get this we got a podcast as well. I'm gonna get the link. I'm gonna put the link in the YouTube.
Matter of fact, and for any Apple users out there, we're on iTunes. This podcast is also on iTunes. You can search Cross the Line Radio, ISUPK, or CTL Radio. You understand? Also, we are on SoundCloud. Our podcast is on SoundCloud, YouTube, ISUPK.com, Facebook Live. You dig?
Right. All right. So now, what I want to do, you got the Commander GEN.YAHANNA video?
Right here, sir.
Can you play that, please?
Cut on.
I'm going to tell you something. What we're about to play, before I bring this brother on, what we're about to play is the proof. When we tell y'all Commander GEN.YAHANNA is a prophet, we are not lying. When we tell you that this brother has said some amazing things Hey, Sinetta, you got to hold on a second. Hey, Sinetta, hold on 1 second. You know, called in already. Hold on 1 second. When we tell y'all Commander General Yahanna is a prophet, we are not lying. Commander General Yahanna has laid out tons of things. And when he said what we're about to play, that was about a year ago. Maybe December of 2016, beginning of 2017. And we're going to play what Commander General Yahanna said. Sinetta, I'm going to come right to you. Just hold on.
Analogy, and you named several groups that were infiltrated and they fell. Yeah. In most cases, the tool used against us is divide and conquer. But now wait a minute, I got to help you now. Okay, give me one little help.
Now just listen. The first thing the brother said was, we have many black organizations, and what the COINTEL used to do was divide and conquer. The only way you can divide black people is if they was never united in the first place. And the Panthers was never united in the first place. The Muslims was not united. And I ain't talking about them able to come together and fight against the so-called white man, because you can fight the white man all day. If you can't stand next to your brother and not think about harming him, plotting him, you are not united and it will fall. Now watch what General Yahanna says. Play it.
Here's the thing. Every group the white man is going to attempt to infiltrate.
Pause.
That ain't the...
You see what he said? That lets you know, in the UPK, we always prepare for warfare. Right. We always prepare for whatever strategy you about to lay out. And I don't know nobody better than General Hyman. General Hyman will lay a strategy out. General Hyman tell me stuff in the back of my brain. My brain might say, that's not going to work. I remember, listen, as a young man, I remember General Hyman. I ain't been in the truth that long. But when I was a young man, I would call General Hyman and I would tell General Hyman what I'm thinking. And General Hyman would lay out some counsel in the back of my head in the beginning. That ain't going to work. But I've never denied any counsel General Hyman has given me. And every time I followed his counsel, I see it work to where now he could tell me the sky gonna do something. I'm just gonna do whatever he say to do because he's been right. There ain't better strategists out there than the men in the Israelite School of UPK. Keep playing it.
Everybody think we infiltrators. Who cares if there was send the FBI in my organization? I'm gonna turn him into a Hebrew Israelite and make him think we infiltrators. Who cares if there was send the FBI in my organization? I'm gonna turn him into a Hebrew Israelite and make him quit. He gonna
Let
quit.
Me tell you something, man. That statement seemed like it was funny. It seemed like Commander General Yahanna was joking when he made that statement, because that's how black people would look at it. They would say, send him in there and see if I don't turn him into a man of God. When you don't have no faith, you don't believe that that would actually happen. Right. You're going to see tonight when we bring this brother on, you're going to see how that not only did that attempt to happen, but just like he said, I'm going to turn him into a man of God, that happened too. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? We're going to take the caller and then we're going to go into the story. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Peace and black power. My name is Brother Sarnetta, man.
Hey, what's going on, Si?
I want to say, first of all, brother, I think Captain Katazat and Captain Tazariak is doing a great show.
I appreciate it.
This show. This show gonna blow up by the summertime.
I appreciate it.
Under the weather.
Definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, I could tell. Yeah, I could tell.
Go ahead. Under the weather.
Okay.
But by no means, I want to be clear. In the words of my brother, Troy Mayweather, I want to be clear. When brother Red come and put them Jabari gloves on, Patazad ain't got nowhere to run. Captain ain't got nowhere to run. Y'all brothers are too literal with your information. You the same brothers that think the sky is going to crack open and men is going to come down from heaven and fight and free us.
And y'all think naked men in yoga positions represent the earth.
Y'all don't understand what's going on. This is why y'all don't understand the science of ancient chemistry.
Hey, Si, I appreciate.
And so I want to let you know, I'm going to close out right now.
Okay, no sweat.
And so to be clear, these are our brothers.
Who? When you say who's are your brothers, who's you talking about?
You
okay, I got you.
Y'all my brothers. But when it comes to the knowledge and information, you're my enemy when we sit down with each other.
Listen, I'm glad you said that.
Hell yeah.
This
is cross the line. There's a line.
I wouldn't have it. Listen, first, I'm going to thank you personally, Sidnetta. I want to thank you. I'm going to tell you why. You love offering up sacrificial lambs.
Right.
You love sending, like you like feeding us. You've been feeding us since 2013. Reggie ain't no different. You fed us Polite. You fed us Bashir.
And another
you fed
one.
us Shaka.
Another
you
one.
fed us the whole Amara squad in one day. You fed us Sankofa. Ali Muhammad ran from us. Malachi York, Prince York ran from us. Bashir thought he was, excuse me, Jabari thought he was doing something till you brought him in here. Brother, Sinetta, just keep feeding us. I appreciate it. We're very hungry.
And before, listen, Sai, you know what I'm saying? Listen, before you send Reggie in here, I like Reggie. You know what I'm saying? But he's not really battle ready. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I know he was reading off the sign at a teleprompter poorly. You know what I'm saying? Like you know we gonna break your boy, right? He gonna crack like an egg.
Like a damn
from the 10th floor.
Brother, it's gonna be so bad. So Sai, I don't want to distract for what we're talking about tonight, but I do appreciate you bigging up the show, bringing them sacrificial lambs.
Bad news.
I'm gonna leave you with this. The only reason you would have to bring Reggie in here is because Jabari did a piss poor
failure.
Job. He failed.
Last thing I want to say real quick.
And
then you already see what's going on. We got Zion Lex. Zion Lex is studying the metal nectar.
Right.
And Zion Lex is with us now. So I don't know how you gonna get out of that.
You said Zion Lex. You said Zion Lex. Listen, Zion Lex could be joined with y'all all they want, and ain't gonna help. They won't help.
Y'all need to get together.
I'm gonna tell you, you know how
we are the world record.
You know how bad y'all doing. Y'all doing so bad. Now y'all looking to the Hebrews to be the Hebrew. That's how bad y'all looking. But so I got the roll, man. I don't want to take away from what we're talking about,
right,
man.
Thank you, brother. I want to listen to this show.
I appreciate it.
Right here.
Hell yeah, man. We're gonna get it in right now.
Shalom. Kwam Yashala.
Shalom, man.
Shalom, man. So now, getting back to it, man. Well, Commander GEN.YAHANNA laid down when he made that statement. Can you bring that statement back again one more time, please, if you could? Just bring that statement back one more time.
Infiltrate. That ain't the problem. Everybody think we infiltrators. Who cares if there was? Send the FBI in my organization. I'm going to turn him into a Hebrew Israelite and make him quit. He going to quit the FBI. He going to give up the FBI and serve the Lord. They got the cameras out here. Hello.
Look, that's a man that don't fear nobody but God.
Right.
Straight up and down. And that's me. That's Aban, that's Ibadah, that's Hazahav, that's everybody in the UPK. We're a terror to the white man.
Right.
We do not fear the white man. And I want to bring the brother on. Let me know when you got the brother ready, when I want to bring him on. The brother, he should already be on. I want him to unmute his mic. See if you could bring him on here.
What's going on now? I know you can hear us.
Shalom, yes, I can hear you.
Hey, Shalom, Yabashim
Shabrakta.
Okay, man. Now this is the brother. Now I want to give a little bit of back. Some sound effects is killing me. I want to give some back. I want the brother to introduce himself, and I want you to give a brief background. Of course, it's going to be a good Q&A between the both of us, but I want you to give a background. I want you to give a background of yourself before we get into the meat of the matter. So go ahead and introduce yourself, officer.
I'm Officer Karash at Evansville, Indiana, underneath Captain Kampash in I.S.U.P.K. Indianapolis.
Give me that long HDMI cord right there. Is that it? That the long one?
It's plugged in already.
Will it reach over here though?
Reach your computer?
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta find the end of it over here.
All right. Say that name again. I'm Salaki. I'm sorry.
I'm Officer Karash out of Evansville, Indiana.
Now y'all notice he said officer. That means he's still here. This is Officer Karash of Indiana. Now, just give a brief background of where your background is from, because that'll explain a lot as to why they thought to come to you and thought it would be so easy to get you.
I'm from Evansville, Indiana. I served in the United States Navy for a few years.
You served in the United States Navy for a few years?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what positions did you attain in the Navy?
I started off as a deck seaman. I moved up, grabbed a collateral duty. I was a mall penman in there as well. I was also I helped fuel the ship, and I was also a deck seaman as well. I don't know if I said it or not, sir.
Okay, so you were somebody that was well skilled or well up top in the in the Navy, or were you just like a regular worker?
I was a regular worker. I was in the Seaman and Admin program. I was on my way about to become an officer, but I changed my mind and got out.
Okay, so now let me ask you this. What made you change your mind to get out instead of staying in there to be an officer?
Well, I was having issues back at home with my rib at the time. So I was trying to finesse ways to get out of the armed forces or whatever. And I kept trying to make different types of chits and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever I ended up taking like one of the chits to the officers or whatever, you know, and I ended up getting out off of that. But that I believe that's why I really wanted to get out, because I was having issues back at home.
Okay. And so when you came home, what did you do from there?
I was a little bit depressed. I kind of sat around for a little bit. I got hooked to marijuana. I drank a lot. Violent. I wanted to fight the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I ended up coming out of that. I ended up what I was perceived to believe was God. I thought that the Bible, you know, Christianity part
about being a Christian, right?
Khan, I was a Christian, so I started promoting that first, and that's how my page on Facebook grew. Then I came across the truth, and I went from there.
And when you came across the truth, when you say, okay, like, of course, a lot of times people say they come into the truth, and when they say they come into the truth, what do you mean by that? Because I know usually when I say I came into the truth, I talk about my time at UPK. I don't talk about like what I did prior to UPK.
Khan, what I mean by I came across the truth, I mean that I seen like UPK videos pop up on YouTube. I was one of the rebellious that seen it and was like, oh yeah, right, and kind of went about my business. At first, that is.
Okay.
But then I started seeing things like in my life started, you know, falling apart, you know, because I felt like it was because I was running from the truth.
Okay. So you felt like because you was running from it, that was the direct reflection of why you was going through what you was going through.
Khan.
Okay, I got you. So now let's bring up the time to where, like, what made you start getting the attention of the FBI? Like, what made
no problem.
Like what was the first contact, or what, like, was it a Facebook message? Was it social media? Did they call you? Like, what was it that drew their attention, or how did they contact you first?
I wasn't even a trooper yet. I was checking into at the time it was Officer Kapaj, but Captain Kapaj now.
Okay.
Well, I was checking into him. I was probably checking into him for about 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And out of nowhere, I just got a call from my grandmother.
Okay.
And she said that some men with badges and some guns came to her house wanting to speak with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, was it the police? She was like, it looked like the FBI. So immediately, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of shook off of that, you know.
Right.
So
rallies.
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder why, you know, they wanted, you know, what they want with me for. She was like, oh no, they didn't say. They gave me a card.
Okay.
And want you to reach back out to them. I was like, did you tell them where I lived at? And she said no.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I'll be over there in a second. So I ended up getting dressed or whatever, and I drove my car down, which was only 2 blocks away, which was where my grandmother lived.
Okay.
And I went over there, got the card, and I called him back.
Now, when you say you got the card, they left a business card with your grandmother.
Khan.
Okay, and then your grandmother gave it to your mom.
Khan, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, when I got there though, my mom was there, of course, and she was talking, and she's the one, me and her was having the conversation. My grandma was just sitting there. And yes, like you said, she's the one who handed me the card or whatever.
Okay.
And I called the FBI agent back, and he said that he would like to speak to me about the Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, no, I was like, okay, well, but first, before we meet, I have to call my superior to make sure that speaking with you is okay. I'm not committing any kind of violations against my organization while talking to you.
Okay.
He was like, okay, no problem. You know, I don't think he thought he was going to hear back from me. Honestly, I didn't think that I was going to ever call him back again. I thought that, you know, UPK would be like, oh, heck no, you know, forget him. So I was just kind of laughing to myself, thinking like, okay, yeah, it's over with. Well,
Right.
I called.
So you thinking that would be, you have that little conversation and that would be the end of it?
Con.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I called Captain Kaposh, and I told him the situation, the exchange that I had with the FBI agent, and he told me he'd give me a call back. And when he called back, he asked for the card, so I sent him the card or whatever, and then he told me he'd call me back again.
Right. And
so when he called back,
so like just to backtrack a little bit, I don't know if you gave the agent's name that gave you the card, like the cat.
Con.
What was the cat's name again?
I'm not sure. I'm not really sure offhand what his name was. I have to look into my inbox, whatever. But with us being going live, I can't, you know.
Okay,
click out of this.
No sweat. I got the picture you sent me of the agent. We'll put the picture up in the chat. I mean, excuse me, on I'll put the picture up on Facebook. The business card I have, his name is Shiloh A. Archer. It says special agent from the U.S. Department of Justice, Federal Bureau of Investigation. So that's the cat's name, Shiloh Archer, special agent. All right. Just want to make sure it's legit, so everybody know what we talking about. Go ahead.
Con.
Go ahead, brother.
So whenever Captain Kaposh called me back, he was like, "Oh yeah, go ahead and meet with him. You can talk to him. We don't commit no crimes in this organization. So, you know, if you really want to talk, he can bring his ass to class." Can I say ass, sir? I don't know if I can say that.
That's not Kaposh to say.
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
So I was like, Con, sir. So that was a hard pillow for me to swallow, because I thought it was over with for me. So I was kind of, you know, upset with a little bit with the order, thinking that, you know, I got out of a situation with the FBI, but I feel like it kind of pushed me back into the fire, but which was cool. You know? Well, so I call him back. I tell him that I can meet with him. He asked when, and I told him the next day, which was, I don't remember what day it was, but I do know that we ended up meeting around like 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So when we met, which was the next day, he asked me a lot of questions about, you know, myself, which he already knew, which came out later on in our further conversations. You know, we start talking about my background more to depth. And I found out there's some information that at the beginning that he was asking me about, he pretty much already knew. Well, he asked about my personal information at first, and then
no, they would not have come to you if they didn't already know that.
Con. So then we got into where I was learning and where I was studying from and stuff and things like that. And he put up I showed him some books and things like that I was learning from that were in PDF form that were on my phone.
Okay.
And he took interest to one of the books that was about Arabs taking Black people into captivity.
Okay, now let me just to backtrack just a little bit. When he came and saw you, was he solely by himself, or did he have anybody else with him?
When he came to meet with me, it was just, at first it was just me and him.
Okay.
And so I showed him when I showed him the PDF form books that I had, he took interest into this one book that I had that was about Arabs Ishmaelites enslaving Israelites. And he was basically wanting to know if I knew that, if I understood that book, if I read it before, and if I knew that, you know, the Muslims did the same thing that the white men did to us. And I confirmed that I knew, you know. And then we got into.
Did he know that you was an Israelite, like that you was following after Israelite culture, or did he think you was a Muslim, so he was showing you that to make you hate the Muslim, or something like that?
It's funny that you said that, sir. As we got deeper into the conversations, it came out that he was he was saying that some Israelites, they will be Israelites, but they will be tied into a lot of Muslims, into like a lot of in the Quran still. You know, they be like Israelites and still in the Quran, and what that would do to them, that would make them violent. you know.
Okay.
So he was more so making sure I wasn't one of them type of Israelites.
Wasn't gonna go jihad on him.
Right. What they was looking for, like we was bringing out with the COINTELPRO, what they looking for is some extremist type of movement and seeing if you was a part of that. That's what they was doing.
Plus, you had military history.
Right. Like you look at your military history. Remember, what's that cat, Micah? That's the cat that shot them cops down in Texas, remember? Micah Johnson. Yeah, Micah Johnson. So when they looking at you, especially when you start doing the being an Israelite and start being more proactive, that's what brought their attention to you. But go ahead, brother. I didn't want to cut you off.
Come. And then he asked me if I knew who you were.
Me?
Yes, sir.
Big time.
Nah, I'm not no damn big time. Like they asked for me specifically, you saying?
Come.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's why that didn't work. Yeah, that was the Lord. That's why it ain't work. But go ahead, brother. What did they ask about me?
Just asked if I knew who Captain T.D.JAKES was.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
And then I was like, yes. I was like, yes, I do know who Captain T.D.JAKES is. I'm not. He asked if I spoke to you before. I said I never spoke to you before. And I was like, I'm just now trying to get into the organization. You know, at the time I was still, out there, thinking that I was like Israel stuff, the fake Israelite stuff. I was on that at first.
I know it was fake because you said Israel.
Right.
But go ahead. Go ahead.
And so then he started, like, we got into he said he watched, a lot of your videos or whatever. He was watching you on YouTube. And then he was saying that, platform art, he said your platform was fast growing. It was on the rise. It was the fastest growing platform.
Okay.
At this time, though, it was you was very active on the T.D.JAKES page.
Okay.
And you went viral, and then I think a little bit shortly after that, you stopped being active on that page. For whatever reason. I don't know if you knew that information or not, though, before you would stop going active.
Okay. No. Yeah, I had got off of Facebook for I think like maybe 6 months or something like that, maybe a little longer.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So and I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, we was just wondering, have you ever spoken to anyone above like Captain T.D.JAKES, like any of the generals or anything like that? And I told him no. And then he wanted to know if I knew their official names, like their government names. I was like, I wouldn't have that kind of information because I never spoke to anyone.
We got to backtrack on that. They wanted the government names of who? Like, I'm assuming me and other people?
No, they didn't say you, sir. General Muhammad and General YAHANNA.
So they wanted Commander General YAHANNA's government name and General Muhammad's government name.
Khan.
Keep going, brother. And what was your response?
I wouldn't have the information because I haven't reached out to that like to anyone other than being on the internet. And then also, I'm pretty sure that they follow a chain of command, so I wouldn't just jump the chain of command over my superior and go directly to a general.
Right. Okay. So go ahead, continue.
So then the conversation went from if I knew any information about the generals or whatever. Then that's when they asked about, they got off of I.S.U.P.K, of course, and then he started talking more so about IUIC, and this is where majority of the conversations was about. It was about outside of I.S.U.P.K.
So when they tried to get you to talk about I.S.U.P.K and they couldn't do that, then they resorted to talking about other organizations.
Khan.
Okay, go ahead.
And then he was asking me if I heard about what had happened in Evansville, where I'm from. And I was like, at first I didn't know what he was talking about. And then I thought about it. And he was like, yeah, it was an Israelite here. They had gotten to a situation because, he can't say because of confidentiality, So I had to think about it. And I was like, oh, are you speaking about that Israelite guy that got caught with that transsexual?
Oh,
and he was like,
about the purple people eaters. You talk about the homosexual organizations. You know, they send Rod pictures too.
Right.
Slovakia. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
So I was like, yeah, I knew about the situation, and I actually had the story on my phone. So I pulled the story up and I showed him a picture of the guy, and he kind of made a face, but you know, he couldn't really say. But then he was just like, well, there's that situation that had happened. They were trying to say that like he wasn't a part of the organization or something like that or whatever. Right. Like he was barely in it.
Sure.
Yeah, he was.
He was definitely a part of IUIC. His wife was on Facebook crying about what happened. He was definitely in that organization.
And we
got pictures with Nate with the heavy part about it. The Law and Order was in the back of the TV in the picture.
They had pictures of him the week before that incident handing out flyers on his Facebook.
On his Facebook. He was definitely in that organization. Go ahead, brother.
And I was like, he asked if I pulled the, like I was saying, I pulled a picture up of the brother, and he was saying that it was like they was trying to say that he wasn't in the organization really or whatever. And he was like, well, what we want to know, what I want to know is if you would be interested in, you know, going to within some of their classes and sitting in, and if you see anything funny going on, you know, you just let me know. And then he was like,
so now they openly asking you to infiltrate a black organization.
Con.
And so the reason why they wanted you to infiltrate that black organization first was the whole tranny gate scandal where they was where they shooting up trannies because they having sex with them, and God forbid the tranny tell on them. So now that happens, now they want you to infiltrate that black organization. You there, brother?
Con, yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay, so then he was like that. It was a lot of money to be made at the time. He didn't really exactly say the amount of money. He was just saying that it could be a lot of money being made.
Okay.
And then you know, at the time I was in, you know, I was just had the baby or whatever. Just found out my daughter has sickle cell. I was going through a lot financially with my job, and they knew all of this. They knew everything about me. You know, they knew everything.
So right. So, and I was just gonna say that. Don't think they didn't know that you had the daughter in that situation. They looking at, when they see your daughter in that situation, they looking at, this is where we can turn him.
Right.
When they looking at your downtrodden, your poor state, this is where we can turn him. You understand? So they knew all of that, like you said, they knew that. But go ahead.
And so the conversation. Well, after he asked if I would do that, I was like, well, I will have to run this by my officer above me, because I'm not sure that they would allow me to do something like that. You know, every time he asked me if I would do something on my own, I always directed it back to the organization, let it be known, like I don't make decisions on my own. I have to check in and make sure that that's okay. You know, and then so you know, we at that conversation right there took about 2.5 hours.
Okay.
So we ended up wrapping up, and I left. You know, went home. So I didn't hear from them until the holidays, because this was around November of 2016. So I didn't hear from him until after Christmas. And then now when he came back around this time, he had like, I can't remember exactly what he had this time, but he had a gift, or he had like gifts. He had something. And he gave it to me.
Now, when he first asked you to be the infiltrator, you say no. Now he coming like Santa Claus.
Right.
He coming like Santa Claus.
Gift spoil the heart.
Bearing gifts. You know, in Ecclesiastes, to tell you that a gift destroy the heart. So now what did he expect to achieve with these gifts?
I don't know. He said that, well, during the conversation, you know, we had small talk for a little bit. You know, he was asking how I was doing and asking how the holidays went. I told him I didn't celebrate Christmas, stuff like that. I had my son with me, and before I I came up there. I didn't have a babysitter. I don't have a babysitter or anything like that. So me and my rib, we rotate on watching our children. So it was at this time I had my children. Well, not my children, but just my son, and I had him with me. So he knew that my son would be there, of course, and he had like brought him some coloring books and stuff and some candy and all this. I told him my son don't eat candy. He really does, but I just didn't want him to give my son no food. And
hell no, I wouldn't. You'd have gave him that. He'd have been a zombie or some shit like that. I wouldn't have let him eat no candy from him either. The white man is the devil.
Right.
But go ahead.
So he took the coloring book and was, went about his little business and started coloring and things like that. And then so he, in the conversation, he got to talking about how I have a big following and stuff like that, and why don't I just start my own organization? And I laughed.
Wow. Let me tell you all these tactics. Let me tell you as what I'm gonna tell you what's powerful about this as we go on. But all of these tactics is what COINTELPRO is all about. Exactly. When you see what they're doing, they first came and asked him to go into another organization, brought him a gift, then puffed him up and said, "You have such a big following. Why don't you start your own organization?" That make me look at every Israelite that left One West and started an organization. What were they for real? When you think about Tahar and all of them breakoffs, the Comforter, the cat they call a Comforter, when you think about all of them are just like what this FBI agent tried to do with this brother. That's what make what you gonna finish bringing out. What make you such a treasure is you stood with the Lord instead of the white man. And that is heavy. As soon as he said that, I start thinking of GMSs. I start thinking about all these other Israelite groups and wondering why would they separate from where the truth was at in the first place unless they took the deal. You think about what happened with Tahar left. What did he start teaching? Raping. He started teaching sleeping with white women. Start teaching everything that everybody in the world was already doing. When T.D.JAKES left, what he start? Well, he did a double tithe. I don't even think the pastor do the double tithes.
No, he's doing triple.
He's doing triple tithes, but he bringing immaculate conception. He bringing in every single thing that everybody in the world was already doing. That is crazy. Look at Nate. What happened when Nate went in there? Listen, Nate and them would have get that clip when we get to the mic, get that clip with Nate when that cat said, "I'm snitching." $200. We could use that money. We got people need this, we need that. We could use that. I'm snitching. Get that. Those type of men could never be in here. Because to be in here, you have to be righteous and not unrighteous. I ain't mean to cut you off, brother, but you can continue.
Con. And then he says, all right, now really, I'm gonna really get to the bottom of what I really was trying to talk to you about. And then I was like, okay. And he was like, we have he said with the Israelite organization right now, there's a lot of, he's like, I understand that I.S.U.P.K is the truth. He said, I understand that. Don't let
that get by y'all. Say that again.
He said, I understand that I.S.U.P.K is the truth.
Hold on. Oh. All right, I'm ready. You can go ahead, brother.
he said, but you have other organizations out here that are committing crimes that's making it look bad upon your organization, ultimately.
Say that one more time.
He said there are other organizations out here, there are Israelites that are committing crimes that's making our organization look bad.
Let me tell you, there's a reason why we say we're not affiliated with no other Israelite group.
Right.
And that's why. Then this is all what the devil is saying to this brother as he's trying to turn him. Keep going, brother.
And he was like that they have 3 situations. I want to say in Texas. I'm not really sure. He said it was 3 situations that brothers were committing violence in IUIC, and he wanted me to go there and sit in class.
Because they was committing violence in Texas. This is IUIC that he's talking about, right?
Con.
So basically, they was breaking the law. He wanted you to go down there so that they could infiltrate.
Con.
Right.
He said that all the bad guys that we catch, it makes it that no one it would do. I can't really remember exactly how he said it, but he was basically saying that us getting the bad people off the streets would be better for us, our organization.
You know what that sounds like? You know,
Polite.
Yeah,
That sounds.
it
Listen,
sounds
it
just
sounds just
like
like
we're
Polite.
here.
Like
We're
when
here.
Polite said, "I like cops because cops take the good black people from the bad black people." When a white man sees all black people as bad, hey, he was pouring it on hard for you, brother. He thought he had. Listen, he thought he was gonna get something that would be strong enough to seduce you. You understand? Keep going, though, brother.
Con. And he asked if how would I think about that? He was like, "What if I can send you to your place first and let you go to class?" I said, "Yeah, you can send me to my class all day if you like." And he was like, "Well, yeah." He was like, "We probably can like do something for you and send you to class first. I know you probably having trouble getting there because I was having trouble get there."
And this, okay, I got you. And this is when because I think you're not in Indianapolis where Kaposh is at. You're a little ways. You got to catch like a bus or something like that, right?
Con.
Now he trying to help you. So now he care about you Now he care about you learning your heritage, your culture, going to the home of the truth. Now he want to make sure you get there. Go ahead, brother.
Con. And he said that they can make sure, like he knew that I was having issues getting to camp. He said that they can fund my camps, and I can make enough money to where I can always go to camp.
So now here come the money. The money is coming now. When all else fails, the white man know he put that money in your face. You're gonna take that money. Somebody gonna take that deal. I think everybody that's left One West took a deal. I'm sorry, but keep going, brother.
Con. So that conversation, he told me just to think about it, and he'll reach out to me in the future, of course, and see where we at. Of course, I was like, okay, no problem. And so we had the next conversation we had was probably like maybe about a month later. Now it's probably like,
before you get into that part, and I don't know if we at this point yet or not. At one point, because I know we had spoke about this a little bit, you were like, even though you was resisting them, was it difficult for you? Like, did it get difficult because they offering you the gifts, they talking about your daughter? If I'm not mistaken, they also offered to is that what is you about to get into what they offered about your daughter with the hospitals and stuff like that? Okay, so I don't want to. Okay, so I'm gonna let you continue first, and then I'll come back and ask you. Go ahead, brother.
sir. I dealt with him for a year. He was trying to infiltrate me for a whole year. So it got harder and harder as time progressed because he kept coming with more and more things. And then when my daughter got diagnosed, and I thought I had to be at Indianapolis 3 times a year. I was having issues with my car and everything like that as well. And he brought that. He tried to capitalize off of that, and basically say that they would help me with that, even with like medication.
So now they're using your daughter's pain to get you to follow after them. So I guess like it's damn near like in your weakest moment, the white man don't have mercy. They look at that the weakest moments as that's the moment that I can get them. So they look at your daughter's situation, your car situation, your moving around situation, and so they offer you to help with the bills, etc., like that. And so, what was your state as this is going on?
I was thinking like to myself a lot, like, wow, this is crazy. Like why won't he just stop? Like, what do I gotta do in order for this to stop? Or I was even thinking about like are they gonna try to like kill me or something? I was thinking, like, I had a lot of crazy thoughts, really.
I can imagine, because I know we always talk about just watching the feds is on it and stuff like that, and it's usually a joke. But for you, it became a real life event. So I guess my next question would be is where did you get the strength to stand up against that? You understand? Because from what you said so far, this started when you was not in the school first. You was just knew you was an Israelite. Then you started coming into the school and it was still coming. So what was it that gave you the strength to endure that? Are you there, brother?
Sir, I was watching some the video about GEN.YAHANNA. It wasn't that video, the one that you played earlier. It was another video, and he was speaking. I don't know if it was GEN.YAHANNA, but I definitely know it was an I.S.U.P.K. video. But he was speaking on about infiltration.
Okay.
And that video played in my head every single time I spoke to him.
Okay. So you drew.
So that was.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So that was with. I feel like that a lot of the things that GEN.YAHANNA puts out just on a normal basis.
You're breaking up. You going low. You got low a little bit. Can you repeat what you just said?
Can you hear me better now, sir?
I can hear you great now. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. I said that a lot of the things that GEN.YAHANNA was speaking about just was the strength that was all the strength that I needed to get through the situation. Because I had all the classes, even though I wasn't going to school. The internet is so powerful. Like the YouTube and Facebook is so powerful because when I was in that situation, that's all I had to do. I can just go to and reach out into the classrooms, reach out into the the videos that you guys was going live and displaying, and I was able to watch those videos and learn and get the strength that I needed in order to deal with this devil.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. What you said is heavy, man. Commander GEN.YAHANNA done strengthened a lot of men. General Muhammad done strengthened a lot of men. General Mayab, General Haas, General Shalmar, General Katham, General Kabbalamov, the captains, officers, and the troopers that come up under them, man. And let me tell you something. 2 Timothy 2:3 says that thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shah Mashiach. It says, no man that warreth entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a warrior. Let me tell you something that you know now, and the world gonna know now. Like the Lord chose you to be a straight up soldier and warrior for him to do this work and to be an example in the Israelite school of UPK. And the example that's supposed to show is that if a brother can turn the FBI down, that means that the white man is not stronger than the Most High.
Right.
The white man is not stronger than his truth. The white man ain't stronger than ISUPK. And you are an example that the COINTELPRO cannot infiltrate what is righteous from the Most High. We ain't the Panthers. We ain't the Muslims. We ain't a Christian organization. We ain't none of that. We are men that when you walk in here, that clip, you got that clip with Commander GEN.YAHANNA again? Please bring that clip back. Let me tell you, that clip with GEN.YAHANNA saying that, you ain't got to bring the whole thing, just the part where he say, I'll turn him. Play that.
That ain't the part. Everybody think we infiltrators. Who cares if there was? Send the FBI in my organization. I'm going to turn him into a Hebrew Israelite and make him quit.
Now, you know why Commander GEN.YAHANNA can say, send the FBI, send him in here, I'm going to turn him into a man of God? Because we turn everybody to a man of God. If you somebody that the FBI try to send in here, we'll turn you to a man of God. If you're a drug dealer and walk in here, you'll be a man of God. You're a drug addict, you'll be a man of God. You're a thief. If you work in Wall Street, straight up corporate America, we will turn you into a man of God, or you will turn your ass up out of here. But the one thing you won't do is get no illegal activity up in this place. That's why you heard what he said about when the FBI agent came to him about I.S.U.P.K, you heard what he said. We know that I.S.U.P.K is the truth. Hey, tell them when did you tell a part where they wanted to pay you to get out of I.S.U.P.K?
No. That was like one.
I don't want to talk because I'll be jumping, because I know the story. I'll be jumping way too hard and I don't want to miss anything. So if that's further down, that's fine. I'll let you continue. All right.
Come on. Well, now now we be at probably at like the 5th or 6th conversation now. Now when he brought somebody in, he brought somebody in. This person came from Washington, D.C.
But now he bring another woman. He bring another. Is a devil too, right?
Yes. No. Well, this person was. She said she was a tribe of Ephraim, but I think she was Chinese or something.
Okay, no sweat. So she coming in trying to front like she Puerto Rican. She probably seen the 12 tribes sign. Said, let me say I'm Puerto Rican so he'll like me. Right. So
she said she was Puerto Rican. She said she told me she was Puerto Rican or something like that. And I was like, oh, well, I don't know where you're from. And then she couldn't answer that question. So I knew she wasn't Puerto Rican.
Hell yeah. That was slick.
He was like,
so go ahead, brother.
Khan. So she explained who she was to me and told me that she was the person that write up the little policies and stuff, like the little, like the little black identity extremist stuff like that, like things like that. She's the person that make up those reports and gives them to the White House for them to classify it.
So she's the one, because if y'all don't know, there was a an article when they called it COINTEL 2.0. And so what happened was
you gotta add COINTEL Pro 2.0.
Oh, Slaki, COINTEL Pro 2.0. I messed it up.
Because you're taking out the rhyme.
COINTEL Pro 2.0. No, let me stop. So now, and I'm gonna just read a brief for this brother, and I'm gonna let you get back to it, man. According to the new report from Foreign Policy magazine, this is a dangerous, racially motivated movement the FBI counterterrorism unit warned about in a report back in August. In August, and this was happening in 2014 when Mike Brown got killed. When Mike Brown got killed, the FBI assessed the very likely incidents of alleged police abuse to rise from African Americans, since they have continued to feed the resurgence in an ideologically motivated violent criminal activity within the Black extremist movement. So now what they're trying to do is rebirth it. And here's the heavy part. They try to rebirth it because they're killing Black people. And because we might get mad, they create a movement to try to police what they're doing, when the only reason we're doing it is because they're murdering us.
And what's even heavier is that they rebooted this after the 4 consecutive white terrorist attacks that were domestic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this really picked up after that cat who hates country music more than me. What the hell was his name? John Paddock?
Yeah, John Paddock.
When he went through and he Stephen Paddock shot up the entire damn place. You know what I mean?
So now it talks about, however, the new guidance on Black identity extremists draws a dangerous equivocation between a movement that has seen visible resurgence and one that seems completely conjured by the FBI. Like, this coincides directly with around the time frame that you said they came to you, because this is about 2015, 2016, and this is the same method that they use. The only difference is in the 50s and 60s, you saw more blatant corruption from white people, so you would expect it. Here, you're seeing it, but it's not as blatant as it was back then, and you don't see a lot of Black organizations that are being violent against white people, but you are seeing a lot of them with illegal activity, which is what they're trying to bring down. Keep going, brother.
Khan. I forgot where I was at, sir, on the story.
You was at when the fake Informant came to you, and you knew she was a devil, a Chinese woman, or some shit like that.
Khan. And she broke down the policies to me, of course, and told me that like, if I helped her with the information, and if I bring her information, then they can give me up to $3,000 a month.
They would get wait. If you get that information, they're gonna give you what? I need the IUIC. Not right now. I need the IUIC. They're gonna give you what now?
They would pay me $3,000 a month.
They would pay you $3,000. So now they offering you $3,000 a month to infiltrate another organization. What did you say, brother?
I told them that I don't think that.
Wait, you breaking up? I don't want to get that broken up. And then they say, look, he's about to take the deal. Wait, you breaking up, brother.
You hear me now, sir? Can you hear me better?
Yeah, you sound better now.
Khan. I told them that I don't think that my organization would agree with that, because that would be infiltration, and we don't infiltrate other I told them that was infiltration. We don't infiltrate other organizations.
And let me tell you how honorable that was, what you said. You didn't make that statement of yourself. You said, I don't think that I wouldn't do that because my organization wouldn't do that. So you wasn't even just speaking for yourself out. You spoke for every general, captain, officer, and trooper and sister in the entire school, because that statement said I.S.U.P.K does not allow infiltration. and we won't take the money. Now, here is an organization that will do it. You got that clip? Please play that.
For it. We're for stop and frisk. We're for cops in the hood.
We're
all for it.
Listen. They said we're for cops in the hood. We're for all. If they would have went to an IUIC member, which they probably have, and they probably already in.
Nate took a bag.
Nate took more than a bag. He took bags. He took a bank
and carrots.
Play the rest of that. Is this the one where the cat say I'm
We're for stop and frisk. We're for cops in the hood. We're all for it. Bring more of them. So we're for it. We're for stop and frisk. We're for cops in the hood. We're all for it. Bring more of them. Don't stop and frisk.
Wait.
I'm calling the cops.
I'm calling the wait. This cat said I'm calling the cops. It's not even a question. He ain't gonna say, well, did the brother do it or not? Is he innocent or not? You know the cops set you up. He started off saying, I'm calling the cops. Play it.
I am snitching. Your ass going to jail. If I'm in your neighborhood, you going to jail. If you are wanted, I'm turning you in. That's $2,000. That's a fresh free $2,000.
That's a free $2,000. A black man's life is only worth $2,000 to IUIC. He said that's a free $2,000. Play it.
Good. Wanted $2,000. That can help my nation with that money.
And how you helping your nation locking them up?
Right. How do you help them when you lock it? Like, that's what I don't understand. That's like the ass backwards thought philosophy. You helping your nation by locking them up when you don't know if they did the crime or not. And we all know Nate locked up black people that did not commit the crime. That's why that faggot left. Because he got mad because I brought out the story when Nate locked them black men up for a crime he knew they didn't commit. That is the very culture and life of organizations like IUIC. IUIC is not special in this regard. Let me tell you, IUIC is just one example of how all of these organizations are. They will sell out black people for $2,000. You gonna say something?
Jesus Christ had a warrant, nigga.
Is there any more on that?
Oh, that's good. Wanted $2,000. That can help my nation with that money. If you're wanted, you're going to jail. I will tell on you. I said openly. If any of you out here I see on the list being wanted, your ass going to jail.
So now just think, they trying to get black people to repent. Now imagine a brother that may have a warrant, but he may want to repent. He's not going to help him. He's not going to go there. And you know what's sad? They'll turn away so many brothers that would give their life to Christ, give their life over to the Most High, but that message makes them run from the Most High. Brother, go ahead. I ain't want to cut you up, but go ahead, brother.
Con. And after I said that, they was like, well, do you have to tell them? They don't have to know, do they?
So now they want you to do it without telling ISUPK.
Con.
Go ahead, brother.
I told them that I couldn't do that because that wouldn't be honorable.
It would not have been honorable. And brother, one thing I know about you, your name gonna go down in the history of ISUPK, right, as one brother that showed a great honor. You gave brotherhood, like you literally put yourself in danger. Like Yahushua said, greater love a man can have than one that will lay down his life for his brothers, which I'm paraphrasing. And you ain't just protect ISUPK, which is the amazing thing a lot of people don't be understanding. You protected a filthy organization like IUIC. Right. You protected them too. Like you protected an organization that will turn on you. You understand? If it was the reverse and they had to infiltrate ISUPK, they would do it. But we have so much a level of brotherhood that's beyond understanding in ISUPK, man. And you should be applauded for that. Let me get my bomb drop. Hold on. I'm about to give you some bomb drop. Hold on. Wait, let me see. Wait, I'm probably fucking them all up. Oh, they're probably the wrong one. All right, go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother. Hey, don't know, these sound bites is new, so I might push the wrong one. I ain't mean the crickets, but go ahead, brother.
We working them out.
Come on.
Go ahead.
So then he told me to think about it again. And the lady spoke again and told me that if I bring her information, then they can pay me. They can write up, they can get the money from the people, but they gonna want to know what I've been doing if I've been giving them any information. But if I can get the information to them, then they can pay me.
Right. Go ahead.
And then I was like, So I said, okay, whatever. So we went like another 2 weeks this time, and we met again. And this time they was talking about my record, my criminal record.
Oh, so now they're gonna try to do the criminal record on. Y'all see all the levels that the FBI will go? We done went through about 8 or 9 different tactics that the FBI will use. Now your criminal record coming in there. Go ahead.
Con. So he start asking me about my kids, my children. And, you know, I have a daughter right now that I haven't seen in a while because she's in a different location, you know, in the world right now, you know.
Okay.
Well, he brought the situation up because I paid child support for it, and at the time I had a warrant out for my arrest in that state. Mm-hmm. So he was saying that he was just basically talking around my warrant and asking, like saying things like, you know, you can go to jail at any given time, you know, they can come, you know, this can happen, you know, or this different days, basically saying different type of scenarios that could happen to me with the child support thing, and saying like, you know, well, I can pay my child support off if I got with them and just got them the information, paying it, and then they can do something to where they said they couldn't really do anything with the child support case, but any other like any traffic violations or anything like that I had on my record, they can fix.
They couldn't get rid of the child support, but they can help you with the traffic tickets, etc. like that is what they're saying.
Con. But I can come in there and get the money, and I can just pay the child support with the money that I use that they give me from, you know, going into the classes and telling them, giving them information.
And what did you say to that, brother?
I told him again, I was like, I don't think that my organization would be okay with that.
You're damn right. You see the thing is damn near like, y'all know how in the military when they catch a POW, and when in the military they say if you get caught as a POW, you're supposed to give name, rank, and that's it. So you would say private XYZ, a military or whatever, then that's it. This brother has given the same answer. My organization wouldn't approve of that. My organization wouldn't this. My organization wouldn't that. My organization. Brother, I don't know if you could have gave a more powerful response than that. Because they for sure ain't gonna try that with nobody else in, because we all gonna say the same exact thing. Fuck you. We all gonna say the same exact thing. You understand? Like, you are a pillar, brother. You are a pillar. I'm gonna talk to Kapash to see what's your rank, brother.
I'm an officer of 50.
Oh, and I'm gonna talk to Kapash about you. I don't have, you know, you under Kapash or Captain Marquard. I'm gonna talk to both of them. But go ahead, brother. I ain't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Con. And then that's when they was talking about, after that situation, that conversation was pretty much over. We didn't really that last conversation about, you know, my record and stuff, that didn't really last too long. It kind of made me uncomfortable a little bit, and they can tell. So that was like the shortest conversation that we had. That was that conversation. So we left and we came back again. I'll say probably another few weeks again, and this time they was talking about me going into a he asked me if I knew somebody, a name. He had a name, and it was like Jacob Israel Yehuda or something like that.
Okay.
And the guy was out of Indianapolis, but he was making his way around doing different things. Okay. Well, he was saying that this guy they had thoughts to maybe thinking that this guy was getting more like, you know, like more violent, like he was buying guns and stuff like that, and they thinking that he had some affiliation with like the Black Panther Party or something like that. So they wanted me to reach out and try to get close to him and see if he was doing anything wrong, if he had any information that could be useful for the FBI.
Okay. So they wanted you to infiltrate some other cat that they thought was going to do something violent because he was purchasing guns also.
Con.
So they just felt like they would be able to get you to do whatever they want at this point. So now, if we fast forward up, no, excuse me, I don't want to cut. I want to get all of this. I'm sorry, Salaka. You can go ahead, brother.
Con. And so he after he said that, I was like, I don't know, I don't know the name, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really recognize the name because at this time I still had like a lot of people on my Facebook, so I was like, I mean, I could no telling who that person is because anybody can. A lot of people who has that type of name. Right. So he showed me like name is, and then I looked it up again, and then I showed him because he can't just show me, and then he kind of confirmed that it was him, but without actually saying it, But I knew based on how he looked that it was the guy, I didn't know him, of course. But I turned that down too, of course, because I told him that I made a different excuse this time. I told him that because the people I have on Facebook, it was no telling, up to him if what he would do with type of information. I was like no telling. I was like he might know I'm I.S.U.P.K based on how I carry myself and what I believe in. Right. So he probably wouldn't deal with me. So that's when he kind of went off of that again. He kind of left that alone, and then he said something to me about me going into reaching out to more Black Panther people.
So now you went from an Israelite group to a so-called extremist Israelite. Now he on to the Black Panther group, is what you're saying, right?
Khan.
Go ahead.
And he said that we could be the same thing. They could place me in different cities, and I can just sit in the class like I just want to get information on guns or something like that, and just sit there, and if anything happened, just let them know.
And now, was this the last meeting, or did you have a couple more after that?
After this meeting, it was just one more meeting, and it was just that was the last meeting that the lady was there. She didn't come back, and then we had another meeting like 2 months later, which this made it was November of 2017 now on the last meeting, and that meeting wasn't anything. He was just saying like, okay, if I ever change my mind type thing, then I can reach out to him and we can just pick up where we left off.
So I'm assuming that last one they was like, man, we can't get this cat. We got to give up. Is that more so what that vibe was on?
Yeah, because we didn't meet into the library this time. I went to the library and he was in his car, and I got in his car, and he said that to me.
Ephesians the 6th chapter, right? Starting at the 10th verse. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. If y'all don't understand what that means, man, like that is probably like this Ephesians the 6th chapter is damn near what this brother went through. And I'm gonna bring out some more scriptures on it. And the reason why you want to be strong in the Most High, verse 11 says, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. When it says the wiles of the devil, the white man did every tactic known to man to get this brother to do what he did. And instead of that brother falling by the wayside and listening, that brother listened to what he was taught in the Israelite school of UPK. It don't get no more powerful than that. Verse 12 says, and this is why only the Most High can defeat this. Verse 12 says, Salakia, it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. The FBI is a principality that is put in place to destroy Black communities. You want to say something? That is put in place to destroy Black communities, to destroy Black men, Black women, Black children. You got all these actual racist Klansmen that actually go out and do harm to individuals. They do harm to each other, but they're not looked at as the threat. Black people are looked at as a threat. That's why it says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, and against spiritual wickedness in high places. Verse 13 says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High. Karash, that armor you put on, like that was amazing. That was amazing in every sense of the word. I commend you, brother, for what you did. Like what you did needs to go down. Like I'm gonna talk about this shit. I'm gonna talk about this shit here, probably to the kingdom come.
Right.
Because every time we normally, like the way this normally would go out, we wouldn't be having this type of interview. We'd be having an interview like, man, that cat came in and he destroyed this. Or that cat went in and like you would have been in like anybody else. Now again, I'm not talking about you in this regard, but anybody else, we be reading how IUIC got infiltrated. Like IUIC should send you a thank you card. They should send you thank you messages. They should buy you a bottle of wine. They should do something because unlike what they would have done, you protected men that would not protect you. And just imagine, man, like I was saying, General Hyman echoed these sentiments, man. If a man that the FBI thought they could turn and could not, you telling me we can't fix black people? That I.S.U.P.K cannot resurrect the dead, which is AKA every black and Hispanic in America? We absolutely can, because this brother did this just watching the online classes. He hadn't even gotten to school. And the more, and you correct me if I'm wrong, brother, but the more that he felt the FBI was putting him in danger, instead of running away from the school, it made him come closer to the school. It made him come to class. It made him become a trooper. It made him become an officer. And he got all the ammunition he ever needed to resist the so-called white man. So I commend you for that, brother. That is a great and mighty thing you did, brother, and it should be commended. Like I said, we need to talk about that to the kingdom come, straight up and down. Great, but I didn't want to cut you off. You had any more stuff you wanted to bring out?
No, after that was pretty much over. That was it after that.
They never contacted you again. It was like, man, we're not gonna get him, so we got to stop. That is an amazing story, and I know. And then for those that don't know, I found out by accident.
And you know what else this shows too, man? Y'all gotta watch what y'all doing on Facebook.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Now, once again, like what I mean is be mindful of what you post. Now, that we ain't doing nothing wrong. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, y'all want to be seasoned in everything that you do.
Right.
Because it's very easy to get complacent on the internet. You understand? And it just goes to show you that even with all that, you understand, once again, if you ain't got nothing going on, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's the most important. The most important thing is, and that's why Commander G.E.N.YAHANNA made that statement with the utmost confidence, because there is nothing that's happening out here. We don't care. I don't care about no FBI or no like that. I remember somebody said, man, they ain't got your phone tapped. Okay, tap it. Like I didn't know that already. I mean, tap what you gonna hear? The white man is the devil? What you gonna hear? I'm not taking a dime, I'm not taking a quarter. I love black people. I mean, what are you gonna hear that I gotta be afraid of? Now, if you're doing some evil, of you gonna be worried about it all day. Oh, I can't talk about that right now because the white man listening. But like I said, when I hear that type of stuff, that's when I know that there's something wrong. Brother, if you want to hang out, we're going to take a quick break, but you can hang on the line. We're going to take some calls if callers want to call in. The phone lines are wide open. The phone number is 646-481-6315. The phone lines is wide open if y'all want to call in. I got any questions y'all want to ask the brother, and any questions y'all want to ask me. Brother, you going to chill out to the end of the show?
Oh, yes, I chill out. Yes, most definitely, sir.
Most high in Christ, man. You want to say something?
And then before we get to this now, I got to do a little bit of shameless self-promotion.
Oh, yeah.
This Tuesday, man, at Club Karma down in Manhattan, man, right off of 1st Avenue, you understand? Myself, Captain Taiwo, along with my homegirl, Tay Harmony, we're all going to be performing. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be debuting, you know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, this is my first performance in New York. A lot of people don't know this. You know, my music career started in Florida, but my new single, Can I Live, which is dropping in February. It's going to be on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Tidal, you name it. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to play that record, and then we're going to play the IUIC disc. So in the meantime, man, enjoy Can I Live. When we get back, man, we're going to get into more with this brother, what COINTEL does, and why the ISUPK is the only solution for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. You did.
Right, you did.
Yo, I stay away from from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they wanna see us win. They wanna kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. So can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. Can I live?
America KKK, land of the good smokers, home of the slaves. And I'm just trying to be great. Tell me, how can I live with this drama every day? I'm a light, I'm a beam in this darkness. It seems that real life is a nightmare. Can I live my dreams on this earth? Since I was young, I realized I had a destiny bigger than the fiction that's disguised as what was best for me. Better than the hate and all the lies that be the death of me. As of late, since we've been hypnotized since elementary, thought it was my skin, but studied something that was new to me. They hate me because of what my ancient ancestors used to be. Healers, teachers, deities, not all of them were kings and queens. Our nature was natural, not supernatural. Now they call it magic and voodoo, that shit ain't practical. All the roots connected, always more to learn about, you know. Don't let the shit go over your head. Same snakes up in the garden, but the skin just shed. They'll always try to convince you that it's all in your head. Just know you gotta do better before you hit your bed. Stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they don't wanna see us win. Trying to kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live, Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hate is deeper than the color of our skin. Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Tell me, can I live? I know the hate is deeper than the color of our skin.
Yo.
Can I live?
They say my rhymes cause too much excitement. Ride incitement shit, well there's no indictments when my kinfolk get murdered by white men. Dark skin, light skin, divided and blinded. So we beef with each other, our brothers, rather than fight them. Fuck all that silence, it's time to get shit ignited. I ain't my way, little nigga. I ain't taking shit from no tars. And ain't no motherfucking nation got freedom from marching, begging for portions. Niggas ain't signing no parchments, big payback. You crackers got red in your margins. Why? They broke every treaty, slaughtered the buffalo, and then they set fire to teepees. They carved their face in mountains, but we go to jail for graffiti. We fought for this country, they gave us syphilis at Tuskegee. We been getting robbed, yeah, we're the ones who stay behind bars. They take all our money, but they ain't wanna give us no jobs. Wasn't supposed to make it, but we stayed defying the odds. It's like we really only living off the grace of our God. Can I live without getting harassed by the Sarge? Can I live without getting slammed on my car? Can I live long enough to raise my kids? Can I live long enough to see justice? Yo, can I live without getting harassed by the Sarge? Can I live without getting slammed on my car? Can I live long enough to raise my kids? Can I live long enough to see justice? I stay away from the streets and the trouble to get in. Trying to stay strong in this world full of sin, but they wanna bring us down, they wanna see us win. They wanna kill us all, Lord, tell me, can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? I know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. So can I live? Can a nigga live? Can I live? Can a nigga live? Lord, tell me, can I live? Know the hatred's deeper than the color of your skin. Can I live?
Bitches. Y'all can't fuck with us on no level. They snitch.
Let's have fun with it.
Uh-oh. Stepped up on the scene. Dancing at all these cats is bitches. Y'all can't fuck with us on no level. They snitches, man. Let me tell you something. Talking about, I'm calling the police. If you have a warrant, I'm turning you in. Jesus Christ had a warrant, nigga. Fuck wrong with you? Judas ass niggas, turn them in for 30 shekels. That's that $2,000 reward. All y'all pussy and y'all hate your people.
I don't wanna do it cause this shit is vanity. If I didn't do it, I know you'll be mad at me. But this what they wanted, so this what it had to be. I gotta burn up these dudes like a calorie. They need to hang that shit up like a gallery. Everything that they be teaching is fallacy. Actually, they never left Christianity. All of that purple, no originality. So we be questioning your sexuality. Cut all the noise, kill all the faggots for you to police. That's the reality. Finance the school or police with salary. I do not mess with no swine like an allergy. Turn on the news, see all the brutality. Assault and battery, all the fatalities. Put on a badge, they murder us happily. It's obvious you have no sense of morality. Catered to women, I've been through the strategy. Seen the mentality. Modern day Pharisees, brought in phylacteries. This shit's insanity. Came from a West and you have the audacity to bite the hand that has fed you. That's blasphemy. These niggas crazy. Like split personalities, arresting a nigga. Then teach on the Sabbath day, white supremacy. All in your spirituality. Muhammad said, get 'em. So here comes the casualty. Loyalty's not built inside your anatomy. You are disgraceful to all nationality. I know that this gotta hurt like a cavity. Your wife cannot sing, she looks like a manatee. Indirect distance, y'all bitches is cowardly. Y'all niggas pussy, he's using vulgarity. No fucks are given like chastity. Close to the edge, so I hop up the balcony. You niggas stick to the municipality. NYPD who be paying them hourly. You cannot skate with this, not in this galaxy. You cannot fuck with us in no capacity. One was your father, your leader, your majesty. Honestly, there is no place that I'd rather be. You became ready for war like a Maccabee. Home of the truth, and I'll die for my family.
All these cats is bitches. They can't fuck with us on no level. They snitches, man. Let me tell you something. Talking about, I'm calling the police. If you have a warrant, I'm turning you in. Jesus Christ had a warrant, nigga. Judas ass niggas, turn them in for 30 shekels. That's that $2,000 reward. All y'all pussy and y'all hate your people, bitch.
Okay, we sitting here with Officer Katazar, member of the I.S.U.P.K, coming out of 1 West 125th Street.
Damn right.
Sitting here in the studio. A couple of questions I'm gonna throw at you.
All right.
Now, I hear you got a new track coming out.
Right.
And also here you're one of the founding members of the Lost Tribe project.
Had to be. I gotta burn up these dudes like a calorie. They need to hang that shit up like a gallery. Everything that they be teaching is fallacy. Actually.
Okay. Now tell me about this new track. Give me a little something about that.
Okay, yeah, like you said, man, you know what I'm saying? Officer of the I.S.U.P.K, Israelite School, Universal and Practical Knowledge. Lost Tribes is a music group that, you know what I'm saying, me and my brother Dawah started. You know what I'm saying? As you can tell, you know what I'm saying? Our narration describes the lives of the Lost Tribes in the ghetto trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? So, long of the story short, you know, I got this track coming out. It's called 30 Shekels.
Blasphemy. These niggas crazy. Like split personalities, arresting a nigga.
Represents a certain, you know what I'm saying, traitorous group. You know what I'm saying? Similar to Judas. You know what I'm saying? Brothers who don't love their people, but basically, long of the story short, there was an incident that
we back live and direct. You understand? That was some music from yours truly, Lost Tribes. But in the meantime, caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Tito, Antonio.
Say that again. You got to turn it down in the background so we can hear you. Brother, can you hear me?
Brother, yeah, you got to turn that down in the background and speak closer to the mic.
It's Tito from San Antonio.
Okay, you got a question or comment, Tito?
I had a question.
What's your question? I'll come on with it.
I have a question. My question is, can you explain how they were, and I just heard this recently, can you explain how there were millions and millions of people in the Garden of Eden?
You can't say that there were millions of people, but you can say that it was more than just Adam and Eve and their children. When you go to Genesis, the 1st chapter, in the 26th verse, when it talks about creating mankind on the 6th day, mankind was created on the 6th day in total. So you had 1,000 years or a long span of time where mankind was allowed to live and flourish and grow. And then Adam comes into play on the 7th day. So you couldn't put a number on it and say millions, but it definitely wasn't just Adam and Eve and their family.
But that is in the scriptures, correct?
Well, when you're familiar with Cain and Abel?
I am.
Brother, brother, you want to call when you can actually pay attention? I said, do you want to call when you can pay attention? Because I'm hearing a lot of feedback.
What do you mean?
Okay, now you sound a little better. I said, are you familiar with Cain and Abel?
I am. They were brothers.
Right. So when Cain killed Abel, where did Cain go?
He left that land.
Where did he go?
Outside of that land.
But I'm asking you, if you don't know, that's fine. He went to a city called Nod. So if he went to a city called Nod, then that city had to already be inhabited. And what did he get when he got to that city?
He found a wife.
So if he got a wife, then that means there had to be a father or a mother and a father to that woman. You understand? That's how you know that it wasn't just Adam and Eve and Cain and Abel, because he went and got a wife and he built his own city. No man builds a city by himself. They have the help of other people. So that's how you know.
I'm not arguing that. I'm asking you, where did those people come from?
I told you, mankind. When was mankind? When was mankind created?
I know it's before Adam.
Right. So if mankind was created on the 6th day, and we know Adam is spoken about on the 7th day, that's a whole different day, a whole different time frame. So mankind was created and they was allowed to live. I don't know what you're asking. You want to see a verse where it said millions of people?
Yeah, because I heard
you shouldn't need a verse that says millions of people. Common sense tells you that if mankind was created on the 6th day, you had Adam spoke about on the 7th day, a whole nother day. Cain kills Abel, goes to another city called Nod, gets a wife. Why would you need to know how many people were living when we just know there was more than just Adam and Eve? The lie is that it was only Adam and Eve. That's the lie. The truth is that it was more than Adam and Eve. That's the truth. There ain't nothing else.
Okay, I got it.
All right, no sweat. All right, brother. We can hang up on him. I want to big up my man, Officer Bar down in Louisiana, man. Got this shirt.
Mine's on the way.
Yeah, hold on. Let me stand up so I can big up the shirt. Hold on, I'm just texting General High.
Yeah, this joint fire.
This joint hot, man. You got to boot up. There you go. Let me just hold up. Y'all can hear me real fast. Look at the back of that shirt.
Boot up or shut up.
Shut up.
You understand? And sit down when you pee.
The I.S.U.P.K branded right here.
That's it.
Let me see myself in there. Look at that. Yeah, man. My DeBar sent me this shirt, man. He sent it last week. I got it the other day, threw it right on, put it on the Instagram, man. Hold on, who's that? They just called it. I don't know what happened. I think it's General Highs. Oh, no, that might have been them same people calling back. All right, the phone line, like I said, the phone lines is wide open. 646. Hold on, let me do it again. Hold on. 646-481. 6315 is the number. If y'all got any questions, y'all can hit us up. I wanted to bring out a scripture on this and why it's important to serve the Most High. First Peter's, the 3rd chapter. I'm going to start at verse 12. It says, "For the eyes of the Most High are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of the Lord is against them that do evil." That's why those organizations like the Panthers and the Nation of Islam and stuff like that, and the conscious community. I forgot, I meant to add them in there too. The conscious community afraid of COINTELPRO because the conscious community is doing all manner of evil too. I remember they had that cat Tahuti. I don't know, y'all might not know them. They had that cat Tahuti. He talk about, I remember one time I was on the phone with Tahuti. He telling me the black woman is God. I said to him, "Was the white woman God too?" He said, "For the white man." I said, "Oh, so the black woman ain't even special. I thought the black woman being God means she the only one that's a God," but apparently not in their dichotomy or whatever. And what ended up happening, all that so-called spirituality and Kemet, and he's in jail right now. So COINTELPRO can infiltrate the conscious community because they're criminals. What did SETI tell you? SETI told you it's okay to sniff cocaine as long as you stay physically fit. That's why the conscious community is scared of COINTELPRO. Polite, I ain't got to say no more. Polite. You understand? That's why the conscious community is scared of COINTELPRO. And Israelite School UPK, we ain't scared of nothing. I don't know nothing I'm scared of. Nothing. Nothing bothers me. You understand? But that's why it says the face of the Lord is against them that do evil.
I don't even think COINTEL worried about them. They like, first of all, like once again, you got people in there who call themselves doctors without PhDs. You got people who call themselves generals without a military, without followers, that without, you know what I'm saying? Like cadets. You don't even have a cadet.
The ultimate American culture, you can put your own sperm in your mouth.
And they're divided on, you know what I'm saying, on everything, but not to, you know what I'm saying, to come back to there, you know what I'm saying? Y'all getting pregnant in the mouth and, you know what I'm saying? Like, the hell is wrong with y'all?
So, like, do Jabari be in his house, like, pointing his rod at his mouth, not to get, let me change the subject. We ain't heard from him since that show, for those that don't know. I ain't seen, get Hazard. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Listen,
either.
I wouldn't be surprised about none of these cats when you find out about them. What bugged me out is they be surprised when they come out as if it ain't gonna happen. When you're doing evil, it will get exposed. You understand? That's why the scriptures say the face of the Lord is against them that do evil. And who is he that will harm you if you be followers of that which is good? That's why we serve that power. We serve that power. And this is a question that Peter was asking. He's saying, who is he that will harm you if you be followers of that which is good? That's why we're not afraid. If I'm following the Most High and that's good, who could actually harm me? Nobody can harm me. It says, but if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of their terror. Karash, you still on the line? Karash, let me know if you're still there or not.
Come here, sir.
All these scriptures that I'm bringing out is about you. Like that verse I just read when it said, but if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of their terror. You stood your ground. You been to Hebrew Academy yet?
No, sir, I haven't.
You sure acted like it, though. In the spirit, you stood your ground like you was in Hebrew Academy, getting up early, running up and down hills, doing the push-ups, doing the physical training, doing everything it took to resist the so-called white man. And that's why it says, be ye not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled, but sanctify the Most High in your hearts, and always be ready to give an answer to every man that asks it. And you know what his answer was to the devil? My organization would not approve that. Like, that's some hard shit right there. Like Karash, that answer right there, he didn't say I couldn't do it because it don't feel right to me, because then they could work on him. He said, I can't do that because my organization would not allow that, which means he follow orders. And if you don't understand anything, is without orders, you die. Without being able to report to a man that outranks you, without saying kan out of one kan, you die. Facts, everybody else that's outside that ain't got to say kan out of one kan, and just look at them. Look at their life. You gonna say something?
Shalom, Akati. Happy Sabbath, Mir Pasha. I can't even say the other word.
What's the other
word? Shalalala. I can't even say it. It skeeves me out too much, man.
So, brother, you did something that was real righteous out, and that need, like I said, that need to go down into the that need to go in the annals. Like, you know how we got the annals, like the halls, like a hall of fame, like the annals or something like that, because that's a lesson that we can give to everybody. What else?
I'm still laughing off what I said. I didn't even get a chance to enjoy it.
That should be something that goes down in the halls of, oh, you've been approached by the FBI before? Or they saw, hey, let's play this tape. And then we could play the tape and we could show the story of Karash, and then we can have Karash come outside. This is a brother they tried to turn. It wasn't no big deal. Don't worry about it, brother. And you know how, and that's just how we're gonna treat it. Like it ain't the FBI came and talked. Hey, Karash, remember they tried to talk to you a while ago? And they did all that, try to talk about your sister and your daughter and everybody trying to turn you. Yeah, this brother doing the same thing. Like, it's a beautiful thing, man, when you can stand with the Most High like that. I mean, when I say a beautiful thing, it's something that I treasure. And that's why can't nobody get me out this school. Right. Nobody, listen,
Right.
I'll die first.
Right.
I see all these, other groups, organizations. When I'm saying groups, I ain't just talking about Israelite. I'm talking about groups, period. Because I happen to have to go in the conscious community and beat the shit out of that too. You see that that's a mess. That conscious community is a goddamn, who gets along in the conscious community? But they all woke. They woke. Motherfuckers woke. Stay woke. Niggas creeping. They stay woke. But they all beefing with each other over the same so-called comedic science or whatever it is that they got.
And we produce soldiers, as you can see from this brother on the line right now. You know what the conscious community produces? Unk-wearing drug addicts.
Mm-hmm.
You can't organize drug addicts.
Unk-wearing feminine-looking drug addicts.
You understand that? Wear weave and eyeliner and, you know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, dashikis are feminine too. You know what I'm saying? I see a man in a dashiki and I'm just like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Kwame, like, what do you?
What about an unk? I see an unk on his neck. He's bad.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think of. You know what I'm saying? But once again, like, you come over in the UPK, like, and you know what?
Hold on, so we got a caller coming in.
And that's before they come on. And that's why, let me tell you something.
Hold on,
that's
one second, caller.
Any of the things that you ever hear about us is slanders, because you can't say we're homosexuals.
Can't.
You get what I'm saying? Cap got 13 wives. You get what I'm saying? You can't say we're drug dealers.
I don't.
You know what I'm saying? You can't say we're thieves. You sure as hell can't say we agents. You understand? Right. Y'all know that now. So anything that you're gonna hear is just gonna be slander.
Can't say we whoop ass. You can't say if you cross the line, we'll fuck you up. You can't say that. Can't say it. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Kevin, I'm calling from Georgia.
Okay, Kevin, you got a question or comment, brother?
Yeah, I got a question I want to ask. Captain. I like first start out saying, all praise be to the Most High, head of Christ.
Okay.
And I want to give a big shout out to both my two favorite captains, you and Captain Scott.
Oh, Most High Christ. I appreciate that.
Thanks for the work y'all guys putting out these streets. I got a question, man. They've been rallying me from my childhood up to now, man. And it's about that, I don't have my bike. I'm a truck driver, man. I'm out here on the road,
Yeah, no sweat. We got you covered.
But story for me, story of art, art and everything. I want to talk about that incident on there. I just want you to.
You want to talk? You said you want to talk about. You said you want to talk about the Noah's Ark.
Yeah, the incident that happened, with Ham, and I'm gonna make it quick, because I don't want to hold up the line or anything like that. I know you guys probably got other topics.
Okay. You talking about the curse on Canaan?
Yeah, about when Ham, when Shem and Japheth came in, and they know their brother had dealt with their father Noah, father discovered his father naked. That's the part I want to talk about, because when my childhood, when I was like 12, 13, when that story first came across me, I was thinking kind of simple minded of it. When they said that Ham went in there and dealt with his father naked, the first thing came across my mind at that age was, he committed some type of homosexuality after his, after God had flooded the earth, that he had committed that type of sin. But as I got older,
you thought the nakedness was like they did some sexual shit with him?
Yeah. As a child, but when I got older, I talked to my cousin. I asked him about it because he was a minister, and he would tell me, he was talking about his father nakedness as his wife. Each one of them took a wife of their own. That how it ended up being 8 people on the ark. With all the animals and whatnot.
Right.
But when Noah woke up, man, he said that he discovered what his son Ham had did. He said, "Curse be Canaan." Then when my cousin told me that, I got to think, well, what Ham did was he came in there and dealt with Noah's wife, and he put Canaan inside her. But when he said that, I got confused. What he talking about? His original wife that came with Ham's original wife that came with him, or was that the seed where Canaan came from? But did Canaan come from his father's nakedness, which was what my cousin said, his wife?
No, when you read the verse above it in Genesis, the 9th chapter, and start at verse 20, when it says, "And Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, In verse 21, it says, and when he drank of the wine.
Hold on, can you repeat that?
This is Genesis 9th chapter in the 21st verse. It says, and when and he drank of the wine, it was drunken. So now all it means is as he planted that vineyard, that wine was good, he drank it and it got drunk. And he said, and he was
got drunk.
Right, and he was uncovered within his tent, meaning he went in his tent and he was uncovered, meaning he fell asleep. Just imagine passing out drunk, but you ain't got no clothes on. That's all. It had nothing to do with a wife or anything like that. And Ham went in there, when he saw his father, instead of honoring his father, like really, Shem and Japheth should have never known what happened to their father. You understand? When Ham saw the nakedness of his father, he should have did what Shem and Japheth immediately did. So Ham told Shem and Japheth what happened, and Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon their shoulders and walked backwards.
They walked back.
Right.
They walked backwards,
Exactly. They gave their father the honor and dignity of not shaming him, whereas Ham thought it was better to shame him.
Right.
That's why when Noah woke up and he knew what Ham did, that's why he cursed Ham's son, because Ham shamed him. You understand? So it wasn't nothing sexual about it at all. It was just as simple as Noah was drunk, passed out naked. Ham wanted to make fun of him, and Noah cursed his son Canaan behind it. That's all.
Okay, I got you. I said I just had to call in and ask that question.
Nah, listen, man, we take
all
all questions, brother. Yeah, that wasn't I thought you were gonna have a doozy or something, but that was pretty smooth.
Yeah, that's what's up. I like to come to the camp, man. I try to contact that Atlanta camp every time, man. I guess I'm not just, I guess I just haven't been on that right page or whatnot. I just haven't been.
Hey, when we get off the phone, just send a text to the same number you called for the show. I'll make sure Atlanta gets in touch with you. Right?
Come again?
Just when we get off the phone, just text the number that you called for the radio show, and I'll make sure Atlanta gets in touch with you.
All right, that's it.
I got you covered. All right.
All right, thank you.
All right, no sweat.
No
Shalom,
sweat,
brother.
Shalom.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
No sweat. Hey, Karash, you still there?
Khan.
We're gonna close out, but I want you to have the last word on the show before we go ahead and close out tonight's show. What I guess I want to ask you first, what did you learn from this whole ordeal? Like, what did you learn out of this?
I learned that I learned that I.S.U.P.K was the truth, definitely, especially through everything that they was trying to get me to do in order to change me and for me to infiltrate and get other black people locked up.
Caller, hold on 1 second. Go ahead, Karash.
Yeah, I learned that I.S.U.P.K was the home of the truth.
I'm right.
And I learned that the government knows that as well.
Hell yeah. Say that one more time. Oh, Salaka, yeah. You said you learned that I.S.U.P.K was home of the truth, and the government knows that as well. I remember, man, a long time ago, in the Baltimore camp, this was a couple years ago, in front of the Baltimore camp, there was a fight in the Baltimore camp. And it wasn't a fight with us. We wasn't the ones that was fighting. It was a fight in the crowd. This devil was out there, and this Jake came and kicked the shit out of the white man. Now, I don't condone it, but I wasn't mad at it either.
Right.
And when I say kick the shit out of the white, I mean he kicked that white man's ass. And the FBI came. I remember they went to Captain Ty War. I think they went to a couple of the generals. General Hyman talked to him. And as General Hyman is talking to him about it, he said, yeah, the FBI is telling him, yeah, we know y'all don't do no crime, but we got to see if person that did it, do y'all know him, etc. like that, man. That was heavy as hell. Hold on 1 second, brother. Hey, caller, hold on 1 second. I'll bring you on in a second. Oh, you must have hung up. Yeah, so that's heavy. And again, for you, Karash, everybody has a story as to how they came into the truth. That's the one thing I know. Your story, you should never leave. Not saying that you would, because if I could, hey, Karash, can I tell him what you said to me when you called me?
Khan.
Most High Christ. Listen, I put on the Facebook page, right? I said, I think the title is like, our radio show gonna be a former FBI agent joins I.S.U.P.K trying to infiltrate or something like that, right? And so this was Tuesday night, I think. Karash called me like 9 something. And he said, and Karash was like, Slocky Cap, that ain't me. Like that. Like he's like, I ain't no FBI agent. Don't say I'm an FBI agent like that. And I said to him, I said, Salakia, just promoting the show. I said, if I put on that FBI agent, everybody's gonna come and listen to the show. I know you're not an agent. You know you're not an agent. Just roll with it. And then he said, that's an excellent idea, sir. So the brother was so honorable. He did not like, he wanted to be known that his name meant something, which is that's really all we got is just our reputation. And he didn't want his reputation dishonored like that, brother. Your story, like I said, like it's an amazing story, and I don't want you to forget it, brother. You hear me?
Come on.
No sweat. Carlo, you've been on hold for a little bit. You still there?
Khan out of one.
Hey, Khan, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Shalom, Shabbat
Yeah, what's Shabbat
out of Durham, North Carolina.
Khan, you got a question or comment?
Khan, I got a question.
Okay.
I got a question about reincarnation. I was wondering if either one of you brothers had a different scripture for the two that I have.
My favorite scripture for reincarnation, 2nd Ezra 14, 34, 35. A heavy hitter. 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter. You can start at 34, 35. I'm going to read them for you. 2nd Ezra 14 and 34 says, therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy. Verse 35, for after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and the names of the righteous shall be declared, and the works of the ungodly shall be made manifest. I got to take the general's call. Hold on a second. Alawat Panya, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem. Hey, what's going on, General?
Y'all watching my shop rock a thumb. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, sir? No, you know it. You got the floor.
Hey, yeah, I'm just calling it. I heard what that brother said, you know what I mean, on the about how they try to recruit him, man. And that's real strength in I.S.U.P.K. that I found and I learned from the manager G.E.N.YAHANNA. They was having classes in Philly in the very beginning. And they tried to destroy all the hard work that was done previously, man. You gotta understand something. Esau had the illusion of giving you a lot of power in this earth, man.
Right.
And to turn that down, that's strength. And I'll never forget, you know, I hate to talk about what I went through coming to truth, but I think it's necessary for young brothers coming in. I don't try to hold myself no different, no special than any brother coming out of here from the world, whether he was in the street, wherever he may have came from. I had to come from, you know, law enforcement. And to turn down that power, it's heavy, man. But the brotherhood of the Lord is even more heavier.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn
and that's
right,
what
sir.
got me, man. When the Bible says in Isaiah 49, 5 and 6, about it's a light thing that raised the 12 tribes again. It gave me strength and power, man. It's true to be able to fight the evil of this world, man.
Damn
and
right.
to say, you know what? No matter what society throw at me, the so-called white man, his power, my people means more than me.
That's
His
right.
truth means more than me. When that young brother was saying and talk about what happened with him, how he kept saying, well, my organization. What he did was had the ultimate brotherhood
Right.
for the men who were teaching him, man.
That's right.
You understand? He had the ultimate brotherhood and respect and honor, integrity, and loyalty, man, and morality, which is what we teach in this school, man. For the men who taught him, he said, I'm not going to turn my back on them in no kind of way.
That's right.
You understand? That's what we raised up in this school, man. I'm going to say big up to that young brother. And all the young brothers out here come from all kind of backgrounds, turn down all kind of things out here.
Damn right, sir.
Get people to stand this truth, man. You know what I mean?
Damn
This
right,
is warfare.
sir. Damn right.
And this is spiritual warfare. You understand? I never forget the time when I turned down an assignment to the DEA. And I wanted this assignment. And it was mine. You hear me? This was mine. They came to me, said the slot's open, it's yours to have, let's go. And I said to myself, I said, you know what? I looked right in the eye. I said, I don't want it. And they was confused because that's all I used to talk about.
Right.
And this is when I first became, you know, officer XYZ, and that's all I wanted was, you know, with that job and everything. But what changed me is what changed every young man becoming a chief.
That's right.
The man is G.E.N.YAHANNA.
Damn right.
And when I found out what he upheld and what he was teaching me, that a brother's life is precious and it's mean more than my life.
That's right.
And we got raised up for each other. I don't want that assignment no more, man. I look at it as being nothing. Like that assignment to me now was like trash. What was more important was helping my brothers.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Help save their lives. Help raise them up from the drugs of the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? I look at it now like locking a brother up didn't mean it no more. I rather save that brother's life through the spirit of the Lord and his truth. Versus want to put handcuffs on him. You understand what I'm saying? Like that meant more to me, man. You know, that comes from this truth, this knowledge. It's classic. That's why I say all the time for everybody getting here, man. I gotta focus on changing our lives.
Damn right.
Like it ain't no joke when Satan come at you with stuff you've been doing all your life. You gotta get in here, man, become a different brother, a different sister. That's very, very important, man. Because Satan coming.
That's right, sir.
Like the brother said, he was just watching. He just knew he was Israel. He from Satan coming at him now.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Kind of one kind, sir.
So listen, man, I want to say big to y'all brothers too, man. That platform y'all got up there, man. I mean, y'all doing the thing real hard, man. Kind of I wish I could come to your show on Tuesday, but I can't make it. I know you're gonna rock it out.
Kind of most sign Christ,
yeah, I mean,
kind of
I know you're gonna do the thing, brother. You know what I mean? So can I live? It's real right.
Hell yeah.
Most sign Christ.
Man, I still wait for the war scarf and the boots, and I ain't saying nothing. All right.
Kind of one kind, sir.
Yeah, I mean, did you have any questions before I roll out?
Well, Slock it now, sir. Now, while I got you here, I mean, of course, I know your stories as well, and I said, sir, I know like a lot of the stories of your background as well, and of course, other brothers in UPK. But for the listeners that don't know, I was actually telling my rib the other day. I was talking about you, you like my first father. Like for me, I remember when
right.
I mean when I first met you, kind of one kind. So I mean when I first met you, you were standing out. I think that was the first time y'all had the camp, and I met you. I had a damn gray jacket on, I had a hat on and shit and sneakers. And I came
and your rib was standing out there like she was cold as I don't know
kind of one kind, sir. And I came out there and I met you and I said, man, I'm a dad from Jersey, and I want to film y'all. And you was like, yeah, you could go ahead and film, brother. And I remember the first camp speaking I saw, you had that devil on the ground kissing everybody food on that mother sucker, man. And I've been locked in with General Khan. I've been locked in with General Haas ever since. But a lot of people don't know, you brought up the law enforcement. Some of the stories that you used to tell, like one of the stories I was telling my rib was about the time y'all was chasing that brother in the alleyway. And as you go in the alleyway with the brother gave up. And so you arrested him and brought him out. But when you brought him out, I believe the white cops wanted you to shoot the brother. That's correct, right, sir?
It's two different. You gave that's two different stories.
Kind of what kind, sir?
The one time in the alleyway when we had the shootout, it was very dark, and my flashlight had died. Now I was always mindful of what I was doing, and what happened was the weapon I used to carry a 45 at the time. And I knew a lot of the other cops who were in the area. And I know if I shot blind, I would be accountable for that round. So I didn't. So I hit my light on him. And I heard him go something where he went ching ching. And come to find out, the brother had two guns. And he was trying to reload his guns. You understand? And when I flashed light on him, it caught him in the mid-reload, so he threw him. Everybody saw him dead on him. You know what I mean? But they kept saying to me, like, you should have shot him. Another incident was he was chasing the cat, and I'm coming down on him. I'm on one side, the other guy on another side, and he had his hand down to his right. So I'm approaching him, and he was tired and hot at the same time. So I got close to him, and he still wasn't showing that one hand. So it's a certain move they teach you in training, because I was on the SWAT team, so I did all that. I was able to hit him, knock him down on the ground. And when I hit him, I heard a ching ching. I said, what the fuck? The gun fell out of his hand. So when I hit him, he fell down. But he fell down, but so I'm looking for his gun.
Right.
So we secured and got him all cuffed up and everything. And as I was taking him, and everybody heard the story, they're like, yo, man, you should have shot that cat. What the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you playing? Shoot these cats out here. Because every time I was in something, I never pulled the trigger.
Right.
And the reason I never pulled the trigger is because of having classes in the Philly school with Commander General Yohanna, General Muhammad, General Mayat. that changed my life. Now, I could have had clean shootings according to law enforcement, but I didn't want to pull the trigger on a brother. And that's all that was in my brain the whole time, every incident happened. You understand? It was always like, damn, I can't kill his brother. I can't kill his brother. I didn't want to. You understand? And what made me pause was the classes. Learn about brotherhood.
Right.
Brotherhood.
Right.
And I knew that man's life meant more to me, even though he was out here doing evil, wicked, and all this old kind of shit. The Lord put me on and stopped me from doing that. You understand? That stopped me from making that choice. And it's also the same thing that brother, when he was approached by them agents,
right?
They was trying to get him to turn,
right?
When he said my organization, you know what he was saying? My brothers.
That's right.
Right.
That's what he was saying. And everybody need to realize when he said my organization, he said my brothers.
That's right.
And he leaned on that.
That's right.
You understand? And as time went on, if you listen to what he said, he got stronger and stronger.
Absolutely.
Even though he may have been scared, he's still leaving the fact that we got brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? And that's so heavy. When I heard him, I said, damn, that's it. That's it. That's what we build in this school, man. That's it. That brotherhood. That's going to overtake anything out here in this earth, man. This brotherhood we got it for us in I.S.U.P.K. The reason why they know this is the truth, they know what we built upon.
That's right.
You understand?
Yeah,
every man that come into school and drop something heavy he was doing in the world to be a soldier for the Lord. You understand? We all have done that. And we're going to teach some more men to do the same exact thing, man. So, yeah, that's it, brother.
And I wanted you to bring that story out because I think that's an excellent story to say you ain't got to kill just because the white man wants you to. Like, you was knee deep up in there, and you'd have been just like, I guess, like everybody else. And I don't want to talk over, like, on top of you, sir, like that. But, like, your story is so heavy. And I always tell this story, your story, when I talk to brothers that might be in law enforcement or COs and stuff like that. You ain't got to do it just because the white man say so. You know what I mean? That's something you choose to do. You know what I mean? So I just wanted you to bring that story out tonight because I think it fits with what we're talking about with the brother. And I think your story fits with it as well, sir.
Most High in Christ. Most High, man. Listen, man. I thank the Lord for this truth.
Damn right.
You understand? And this opportunity to help change my people's lives.
Damn right.
I never forget. One more thing.
What kind, sir?
My first 6 months on the street, it was like a shell shock to me because I was locking up black people all the time.
Right.
Every call was a black male with a white hoodie, black male with a white hoodie, black male with a white t-shirt, black male. And for a black man, it messes your psyche. It starts to message you a little bit. And I remember asking, like, yo, what's up with this? Why everything is black? One cat told me, well, that's just how it is. You got to come to that realization. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to be a teacher. Like, I wanted to leave law enforcement to become a teacher because I said, I'm tired of locking up young kids. Maybe I can be a teacher in middle school and catch them then, help change their lives. Lord broke me the streets. You understand? Like, I never forget those times, those thoughts that I had and what I was shooting and doing during that time, man. So Barakatah Yahweh Shah for the strength the Commander T.D.JAKES had, that he had held on to and gave it to all of us, man. Let's go change this earth, man. Bring back our people. That's it.
Sir. That's exactly what, and that's what all of us are charged to do. Just what you said, sir.
Most High in Christ.
And if I may, General, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? I definitely got to piggyback off what Cap said, because you were my first contact in the UPK. You know what I'm saying? And
that's right. Most High in Christ.
And because you know what I'm saying? Because
I forgot about that.
Kind one kind. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know what I'm saying, the Most High raised up men like Commanding General Yohanna and yourself. You know what I'm saying? You also helped me change and throw off everything that I was doing in the world. You know what I mean? So like I got your number off a random video that wasn't even an official UPK video. Somebody dropped it underneath. You know what I'm saying? And then when I didn't have no, like, for example, it was just you and Officer Shawar Allah. And if I didn't call him, then I called you in turmoil. You know what I'm saying? You always had the right words, you know what I'm saying, to get me through. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? Like that I was, you know what I'm saying, being plagued with, you know what I'm saying, during, you know, like my spiritual warfare at that time. You know what I'm saying? So definitely big ups to you, General, as well. You know what I mean?
Most High in Christ, brother. Most High in Christ, man. Listen, I'm just doing the thing that was done for me, brother, and return it to other brothers, man. I thank the Lord for that opportunity.
Kind of a sir. Well, again, so I didn't know if you had anything else you wanted to say, sir.
No, y'all go ahead and do your thing, man. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna go back and finish listening, man.
Kind of sir.
All
right, no sweat. Allah upon ya, Barack.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua.
Yeah, about Shem Shabbat.
Shalom, sir.
Shalom, Hakim.
Shalom. All right, and with that, Karash, you still there? With that, we're gonna go ahead and close the show again. Karash, man, excellent honor and dignity was displayed by you and your handling of the whole entire thing.
Right.
I look forward to seeing you March the 30th at the Lord's Passover and having a drink with you and sitting down with you and giving you a nice big dap. What they say, you beat the breast? Ain't that what when we went over last Thursday? When you beat the breast,
smoke the breast.
Smoke the breast. I can't wait to smoke the breast with you, brother. Anything else you want to say?
Oh no, sir. That's all, sir. I appreciate you guys for having me on the show.
Most High in Christ. All right, with that, this is
cross
the motherfucking line.
Or get the fuck out.
Shalom.